guys, welcome back to the World to Robinsons. So today I am going to be going over 10 ways to be an empowered submissive wife. And I'm also going to add how to be a submissive wife during the struggle or during whatever you and your husband are going through, whatever, just how to be a submissive wife during these times. So I'm going to first start off with this number one. And also, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for many more videos. And okay, so I'm jump to this video. So number one is be a peacemaker. A submissive wife keeps the peace amidst ever present, even during hardship. So even whenever you're going through stuff and you're going through the struggle, when your husband, whatever, when your husband lost his job, or if he's just not having a good day, or however life is going, you always want to be a peacemaker. Keep the peace during it's even more important to keep peace when bad things are happening, because those bad things are not going to continue to happen, and you always want to have your husband's back during those times. So let's keep on moving forward. When all hell breaks loose, your husband needs someone to lean on. So that's exactly what I just said. Okay, so when all hell breaks loose, your husband needs someone to lean on. You can help to keep the peace by reassuring your husband that everything will be all right. Being a peacemaker is a difficult task because a human being, we sometimes crack under pressure. But there are many things you can do to keep the peace. For instance, if your husband storms into the house after a stressful day with an obvious attitude, don't engage with him in a negative way. Make him comfortable. I would also say make him something to eat. They didn't say that on here, but I would think that also a really great tip is to make him something to eat, maybe like one of his favorite meals, or maybe like if his feet are hurting from work, you can give him a foot massage or something like that. Okay. So make him comfortable, offer to talk to him about it, or give him space to work things out mentally. Okay, that's another good tip too. If he does not want to talk or whatever, then just let him talk. Sorry, I'm trying to cook at the same time. Okay, so moving on to number two. Allow your husband to be your provider. You are a strong, independent woman who can care for yourself, and you know it, and he knows it too. But when you allow your husband to take care of you, even though you care for yourself, it makes him feel wanted and needed. I am not encouraging you to be needy or act desperate for him. This could turn him off completely. Be yourself, but every so often ask him how to do something technical. Ask him how to take care of something important. I would also say that if you can't contribute in any way, then contribute, especially during these times. That's why also I have our YouTube channel. I'm just trying to grow an empire for us, trying to get us to be wealthy and trying to also create generational wealth. I'm just going to continue to keep going no matter what. So I would also say to you wives, especially stay-at-home moms, if you can't go to work, if you don't just can't, then I would say try to create a YouTube channel, try to create at-home business, try to do something that could eventually bring in some type of money, because that is where it really all starts, is creating generational wealth. And a lot of the times you can't get generational wealth from working at a 9-to-5. So I would also say also good to be productive with having a task or something creative to do, to also contribute to your household as a wife. Okay, so moving on to number 3. Keep the house under control. You are not Cinderella. I am not encouraging you to be a maid, but if you haven't already, talk to your husband about chores. If you both decide that you will complete all the chores, get busy. If you two desire to split the arrangement, make sure that you are doing your part. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here because I do want to clarify something. I do think that that women should do, the housework and things like that. For example, here, I do a lot of the housework, well, basically all the housework, and I take care of our children and things like that. And my husband, he works and everything like that. And like I say, just make sure that you are doing your part as a woman, and he's going to do his part as a man, even whenever things sometimes may not be going as planned, just know that things will eventually get back on track. So that's why even during the hardship, it's still important to be a submissive wife. That's why I'm going to title this How to Be a Submissive Wife Even During the Struggle, because the struggle is not going to last always. It's just going to be a temporary thing. So make sure that you are still being obedient to your husband no matter what is going on. Like I said, if he lost his job or whatever the case may be, life happens. You just want to make sure that you are being his backbone, that you are being there for someone he can talk to, somebody he can trust. And, but things happen. We all have our days. And so I do want to make sure that you guys know that life is not perfect. And so just make sure that you are still just having his back even when things aren't going right. So moving on to number 4. Be open to your husband's sexual needs and desires. I think this one is really, really important. Okay, so here we dive into the hottest topic concerning being submissive sex. Should a submissive wife be sexually obedient? I would say yes. Now, here it says no. I don't agree with that. I think yes, you should be sexually obedient. I do think that if he wants sex, you should give him sex. If you want head, you should give him head. If he wants, whatever he wants, I feel like you should try to do that for him. And whatever fantasy that he has, you want to try to fulfill that for him, whether that's a threesome or something like that. I know some women may not want to do that, but that kind of stuff is what men do want. And so, yes, I want to talk about that topic a little bit deeper on a different topic, on a different video. But I do want to kind of clarify that. It does say no on here, but I do not agree with that. I do think that you should be obedient to your husband's sexual needs. Okay. So instead of a submissive wife, being open to her husband's sexual needs and desires is important. So if your husband asks for sex, do it if you can. Okay, so obviously here they talk about if you're severely ill, if you have headaches, things like that, then for sure give yourself a break. But that's why you should also rest up before that happens, so that way you can make sure that you're prepared for that. And also because if you have children, you may not be able to have sex on demand whenever you want to all the time. So whenever that time does come, you do want to make sure that you're prepared and not just, tired and saying, no, I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to go to sleep. Okay, so I would say that's very, very important. So number 5, listen intently to your husband without interruption. Some stereotypes are true. We women love to talk, and often way too much. I'm guilty for this. Instead of being a chatterbox, try submitting to your husband's thoughts and ideas by listening intentionally. Once your husband is finished speaking, let him know that you heard him and then respond. Number 6, include your husband in financial decisions. I get that whenever you want to get a new Michael Kors bag with matching wallets, you might have even thought about ordering it online without telling your husband. This is not the best idea. Even if you work and have your own money, allowing your husband to be present in financial matters shows him respect and consideration that he'll no doubt appreciate. It also keeps you both at the same page. Number 7, help your husband through navigation. Submissive wives allow their husband to lead. This doesn't mean that you have to say no to things, though. Be the navigator to help to keep things on course. Your husband cannot handle everything on his shoulders, and chances are the plans, projects, and endeavors will fall by the wayside from time to time. We make our men and his efforts better, and we keep things on track as a team effort. Okay, number 8, be slow to anger. As a submissive wife, you should be calming. You should be a calming force for the marriage. While you have the potential to get just as angry at your husband, we should work to keep our anger in check for the sake of our marriage. Why? And I'm going to give my own twist on this before I read that part. I think you should be slow to anger because you want to make sure that you are being the peacemaker. Just like number 1, it all ties together. It's all like a big puzzle. You want to make sure that you are just being a happy ray of sunshine and light, because you never know if like for example, your children, you never know the energy that can pick up on. Your husband, energy that he can pick up on. So make sure that you are personally having a good attitude, a good spirit. Now, do know things happen, okay? Because life is just life, okay? So you're gonna have your days where you're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna have your days where you're not gonna feel like talking. But at the same time, just make sure that you are trying to keep your anger in check as much as you can. And if you can't, then just try to be quiet. Maybe you can leave the room, come back after you have calmed down, or if you did explode, apologize to your husband, and go from there. So I will go ahead and stop it right here. And there are some more great things that you can read through and see. These are some good reads, and you can always just make sure that you are also looking up these things yourself. You can find these things on Mommy Nation, and you can click through here. You can see their home, their blog, the homepage, and things like that, just to give you a more in-depth idea of how to be a submissive wife, and how to make sure that you are doing everything you can to teach your daughter how to be a good submissive wife to her husband whenever she gets married, and everything like that. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video to any woman that you think that may need a little help being a better submissive wife, and or if there is a situation where they may be struggling in a marriage financially, or whatever the case may be, how to still be a submissive wife during those times. So I hope that you really, really enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe like I said, and stay tuned for my videos. Bye, guys.